Hello and welcome to this rather off-the-cuff video where I want to talk about my most recent up-to-date thoughts on the state of Doctor Who and the 60th anniversary coming next year. I think I've alluded to in certain videos, and if you follow me on Twitter, link here, then you'll see that I wasn't too excited at the prospect of the 60th anniversary only really focusing on the 10th Doctor and potentially not featuring any other Doctors at all. However, I think thanks to the centenary, that very much filled my appetite for seeing old classic Doctors returning. So, the idea of a more straightforward anniversary with just David and a few additional celebratory references, I think I'm much more positive on the idea. Plus, I think another factor that has made me a bit more excited about this story is the fact that Ncuti Gatwa is going to be at least involved in a minor capacity throughout the story beyond simply just a cameo, as the fact that he is in the trailer suggests that his Doctor is at least going to play a partial role in the story overall, which is something I'm glad to see. I've discussed this before about how I sort of fell out of love with certain areas of Doctor Who, mainly the new series, in particular the Tennant era, and how I've gone through a bit of a reprisal. If I were to predict the story for the 60th anniversary, I would guess that it would be basically a metaphor for the 10th Doctor / the audience learning to accept the concept of change, very much the Toymaker. I guess at this point we just kind of accept that Neil Patrick Harris is probably playing the Toymaker, brings the 10th Doctor's personality and face to the surface, leaving Ncuti's Doctor trapped in some sort of limbo or inside the Doctor's mind, and this new Tennant incarnation is given the opportunity to escape the horrors of the future and all the changes it would bring in favour of returning to the comfort of the past, having the opportunity to reunite with Donna and have fun adventures fighting silly comic book villains like Beep the Meep. Eventually he realises that he needs to move on and therefore allows himself to let this incarnation go and let the new Doctor take over. It's sort of a bit of synergy between the 10th Doctor's fear of change presented in the End of Time and potentially have that be something that was left unexplored, as well as the very common fandom issue of struggling with significant changes to the status quo. It is a kind of clever idea, and I hope that's the direction they go. While Tennant has been referred to as the 14th Doctor and Ncuti as the 15th, I do think there's a bit more to it than that. I assume it's a case of Ncuti was supposed to be the new Doctor, but because of the Toymaker's interference, Tennant's personality resurfaced. For all intents and purposes, despite the minor visual changes to his costume and sonic screwdriver, it's still intended to invoke the look of the 10th Doctor, and the fact that he's encountering the likes of Donna and her family, it's meant to at least imply that Doctor, and I just think that those minor changes are a result of this not being reality. We'll have to wait and see though. So that way it's technically still a multi-Doctor story, though not in a conventional sense. I'd love to see the 11th Doctor and the 12th Doctor return, even in cameos, but at this point, if they're not coming back, I think it's perfectly okay. Hopefully the story will be fun. We'll just have to wait and see. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please support the channel by hitting subscribe, turning on notifications, liking, and comment your thoughts on the 60th anniversary. And I'll see you next time.